Welcome to our power meditation today. We are going to be talking all about personal power and our personal resilience, which we sometimes forget we have. What I find in my office is one of the reasons that I love my work so much in working with other people is the resilience that I see. And so I'm going to really encourage you to get in touch with that before we go on and do our meditation today. And let me say that I think you're capable of more than you know, and I think we all are, and I think that's definitely a message that I've gotten by working with all my clients in my office when they're struggling with really challenging issues. And what never fails to amaze me is their resilience and their capability of coming out of really challenging things and facing that with grace and hope and humor, of course, because that's how we roll in my office, and come out of that and come away smarter and different and stronger. And so I'm always trying to help them access that inner strength that we all have. And the irony is that when clients come to me, I will tell them, I think you already come with all of your answers. I think we all have an inner wisdom that actually has all the answers we need. And sometimes what we need is just somebody to connect with those answers. And so that's kind of my perception of what therapy is just my helping you connect with your answers you're already built in and wired with, which is really cool. And so if we're already wired with that, that speaks to our internal power and strength and beauty that we have, right? So sometimes when we get stuck or we've lost our way or we forget that, then it's really essential to kind of come back and get rerooted in that. So we're going to do a meditation today and start with a couple of thoughts, and then we're going to dig right in. So while I'm doing that, you are welcome to start getting comfortable, and you don't have to watch me at all, right? The beauty of meditation is that you don't have to see me. You are just going to want to listen to what I'm saying as I do our process. So getting seated in whatever position's comfortable for you. Like I said, eyes open or shut. We've talked a little bit about mechanics in the first video. If you haven't watched that, it's just whatever position you're comfortable in. Trying to have a really nice upright posture is great. Just starting to regulate your breathing. You don't have to do anything funky. If you need to shake it out, sometimes I tell people to kind of like, get that extra energy out of your system before we get started, so you can kind of settle in for a little bit here. And then just relax, and then you can just listen to what I have to say. So I'm going to start today, first of all, you guys know I love my Tibetan bowl, and so I'm going to start us off with a little bit of a Tibetan bowl ring, just so we can kind of get ourselves in tune and present to what we're going to be doing today. So a couple of thoughts here. Before I did our meditation today, I thought, I'm going to pull one of my little cards that I have that I love, and they're just messages about life. And I knew I wanted to do a meditation on like personal power and strength and resilience. And guess what I pulled up? This is how I love this. It says, if I want to feel supported, I must support myself. So what this really means, we need to rely on ourselves, right? We have a lot of inner goodness and a lot of inner strength. And so I thought that was ironic that, of course, when I was going to do a meditation with you guys, I would happen to pull up a card that talked about our internal strength and the ability we have to support ourselves. Looking to others for support is so important, and in moments it's essential. And then we also want to be able to take that experience, that support, that love, that care, whatever it is that we took away from that, and we want to be able to transfer that to the rest of our lives, right? And so therapy has a beginning and an end. And the minute someone walks in the office, they're one step closer to leaving, because they will take those skills and be able to transfer them to their own lives for themselves without the clinician necessarily being in their lives, or whatever practitioner is working with them, right? Whatever the case may be. And so we want to be able to access that all the time. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start, like I said, I just want to start with that idea, which I love. So if I want to feel supported, I must support myself. Okay. And here's one of my favorite books. It's called Your Daily Rock. And this says, you've got the power. She had never imagined she had the power to make someone else so happy, and not a magical power either, a purely human one. And this is by Cassandra Clare, who writes books. And so love her. And so it says, what purely human powers do you have? Don't immediately say none. Think about it. You have the power to say yes and say no. You have the power to be a good friend or not. You have the power to ask for the kind of help you need. And you have the power to help yourself. The list is endless, you magical human. And so I want to start our day with those thoughts. I just think they're neat, kind of like they totally fit with where we're going to be going today. And so again, get yourself situated comfortably. and whatever, posture you like, sitting up, laying down, eyes open or eyes shut. And we're just going to start to become aware of our breath coming in and going out. And coming in and going out. And we just begin to notice the breath, and we just begin to settle in. And again, noticing that breath coming in and where you feel that in your nostrils, all the way into your throat, perhaps all the way down into your belly, and then back out again as we blow out. So I want you to just really pay attention to all the aspects of your breath, coming in through your nose, down into your belly, and back out again, right? So breathing in a comfortable pace and just settling in for a moment. So just take a couple of breaths like that. And today we're going to focus on strength. And our own internal strength, our abilities to hold ourselves up, be kind to ourselves, love ourselves, use our humanity as magic every day. So as you just focus on your breath and relax, I want you to focus in on that strength that you have. If you struggle to access your own strength right now, one of the things that you can do is imagine somebody else that you know, or a movie you've seen where somebody had incredible strength, and access that for a moment. And just breathing. And if you can, remember a moment where you had incredible strength, right? You dealt with something that was really challenging, you accomplished something amazing, whatever it is, I want you to kind of grab onto that moment if you can. And just breathing. And I want you to really connect with that moment, that memory, that experience you had of deep personal power and strength. I want you to really remember it like it's happening right now. And always coming back to your breath, right? Breath coming in and breath going out. Breath coming in and breath going out, right? So I want you to think about that strength. Either you've had the experience of for yourself, or a moment in time where you saw someone else be incredibly strong. And I want you to think about and notice what feelings come to mind. Just breathing. And just really noticing those feelings you have about that strength and resilience. Maybe that accomplishment or achievement. If you're struggling with that in any way, I want you to visualize what you'd like it to be. visualize the kind of strength and resilience you'd like to have if you feel like it's something that you'd like to work on. So that's also accessible to you. So as you're taking your nice breath in and out, I want you to just really attach to that kind of movie of strength and resilience, achievement, and whatever power that you feel like you need internally. And I want you to connect to the feelings around that. And returning to the breath. And then I want you to pause a moment and just notice what you feel in your body. What is your physical experience when you think about that strength and power and resilience? Where do you notice that in your body? And just breathing. And then I want you to create an intention for yourself around that power and strength. It could sound like, I am powerful. I am strong. I am resilient. And then I want you to tie all of those parts together. So as you're breathing, remember always coming back to the breath. That's always accessible to you. So go in and just noticing the breath, reconnecting again. If you kind of get off track, return to the breath. And I want you to tie in that memory, that experience, that visualization you had of strength and power. And I want you to tie in the feelings that you felt around that. I want you to add in that experience that your body has when you think about having strength and power. And then all of that intention that you set. And I'm just going to have you sit with all those parts together, right? Just noticing all of those pieces and just breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. Breath in. Breath out. Strength in. Right? Power in. Resilience in. And so when you've incorporated all of those pieces together, I want you to imagine a symbol for that. And so if you are a superhuman today, you might visualize having a cape. If you have an aspect of your memory or strength, maybe it's muscles, maybe it's a baby you gave birth to, maybe you see their face. It could be anything that seems a source of that strength for you and that resilience. Anything. It could be a crown, it could be an image of a flower, it could be anything that seems strong to you, a mountain perhaps. And you're going to bring that to mind and you're going to attach all of that memory and strength and power to that image, that visual for you. Just take a moment and focus on that with your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And just notice what that's like. Have that symbol of strength and power for yourself. And take that in. And what I'd like for you to do then is when you're having a moment where you are struggling a little bit, you're going to pull that symbol out for yourself. You're going to pick that visual, that item, that moment, and you're going to pull that forward, and you're just going to focus on it. You're just going to be present to it, right? So just breathing in and just breathing out, right? And knowing we have this ability at any moment to access that thing that we need, that moment of power and strength. And so I really just want you to take that with you away as an intention for your practice, that you're going to work on visualizing this and utilizing that power and strength when you find that you need it, and that you can use it at any time. Breath in and breath out. Another breath in and breath out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ring my Tibetan bowl 3 times. Each time you hear it, I just want you to kind of come to your senses a little bit more, be a little more present in your space. Maybe notice your sit bones again. Maybe notice the sounds that are around you. So I'm just going to ring that 3 times, and on the third we'll sort of hopefully kind of be totally back in the room and starting to like move around a little bit and kind of come back to being present. So just taking a nice couple of breaths in again and wrapping up our practice. We just want you to kind of come to present again. Sometimes we get pretty chill and like, you know, relaxed and at peace when we're doing this. And so we kind of want to wake up again. And so welcome back. And so our goal for the day was spending some time recognizing your personal power and the ability you have to be resilient and strong. And we never want to forget that. That's innately created in all of us, right? It's accessible to all of us all the time. And what I want you to really do is remember that symbol that we created when you were doing your practice, because it's sort of like your little charm, if you will, your little like worry stone or whatever you want to call it that you might carry around on you. I wear my lotus necklace every single day almost, and it's my memory that I always want to remember to stay awakened and that I get to start over every single day. And so all of us have our little things, right? So very symbolic for you, whatever that is. Maybe you want to find something physical that reminds you of it, that you can kind of carry around or keep track of or have accessible if you feel like you need it, as your reminder of your strength, right? You're made up of more than you know. You're capable of more than you know. I have seen intense human spirit and resilience in my office. It is why I show up to work every day. It is my favorite aspect of working with people, and I'm always amazed by it. Like I said, you never want to lose that capacity for awe, and I have it on the regular. I'm really lucky, and I want you to have that same and have awe for yourself and your own strength and resilience, and access that when you need it as a reminder, because we all need reminders sometimes when things are hard and we're going through maybe challenging moments, or we don't feel good, maybe physically we're going through some things, we're healing from something, whatever the case may be, is accessing that space inside of ourselves that even if we maybe don't feel physically strong or maybe emotionally strong or mentally strong for a little while, there is that strength inside of us that we can access that any time that we need it. So so this was our strength and resilience exercise, our meditation. I hope that you enjoyed it. To end my practice, I always do a little bit of something in terms of honoring the practice and moving forward. And so I usually do something, and again, you can just listen along, or if you choose to do so, you can always join me in having your kind of hands at heart center. I always put mine to my forehead here, and what I'm doing is I send my good energy out into the world in terms of thinking positive thoughts and sending beautiful energy to people through my thoughts and my mind, and using my mind to be productive and helpful to all the people around me, that I might speak the truth, that I might speak honesty, that I might speak kind and loving, gentle words, that I might be generous, the things I say, and watch when I need to be quiet and silent, right? And that I take into my being the ability to go out in the world and share my goodness, my love, and my light, my energy, my connection, my humor, and all of the things, the magic that I have inside, that power and strength that each of us has, that we go into the world and we take and honor that as well. And so I send you all off with love, light, peace, and beautiful energy. I honor you for showing up here in this practice and joining me today. That's so awesome. I want you to pat yourselves on the back for doing that. That's really amazing. And then to each of you, I say namaste. Have a beautiful day, friends, and I hope you take your meditation and your symbol with you into every single day. Whenever you need it, you know you have access to it.